what's up? It's your host, Tori, and who is ready to be petty? We have another returning guest. The first guest of the pod, technically. I was gonna say Champ or Champ. No one knows who that is. You guys, Champ is back.
I'm actually surprised that you had me back.
Why?
There's been a lot of stuff said on this podcast. I feel like...
Okay, you're coming in real hot.
What?
Right off the gate.
Okay.
I thought you'd be like, oh, I'm doing well. Like, no new life update.
You didn't even ask me how I am. This is part of what I'm trying to talk about here.
Oh, no. Okay, listen, go ahead. Give it to me straight.
I feel like I was the first guest on the pod.
Yeah.
The first published guest on the pod.
Yes, that's what I meant.
You've had a lot of guests after this. Mm-hmm. I feel like your other guests are getting better treatment, quite frankly.
I'm shocked. I'm fucking speechless right now.
Because I feel like I was on the pod, not to get into, behind the curtains of RTBP.
Yeah. No, break it wide open. Break the fourth wall. Or is it the third wall when there's no visual?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess it's...
break whatever wall you need to.
So I feel like I was on the podcast in a pre-social media era. Like, you were still posting about your podcast, but you weren't putting it out there.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, my episode, I feel like, way back, like, I bet the people that are listening to this now...
Or, like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah, they were like, he's a returning guest. I've never heard from him before.
Yeah. And the audio will haunt me to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the ghost of Christmas past.
Maybe the audio for this one will be just as poor. I don't know.
Probably,
because
honestly.
I feel like you tune up the audio for the good people. Right? Like, oh, your sister's on. Let me, Courtney's on. Let me throw some good audio in here. Oh, Champ's on. Oh, we can just...
Mute him.
Yeah.
Mute R. Kelly.
I'd like to clarify that I'm not... This is not similar to a hashtag Mute R. Kelly movement.
Yeah.
This is not the same.
Oh my god. Okay, so here's my rebuttal. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I have some more thoughts
as
well, but
let me
please
address
rebut.
This one. Okay. I'll rebut.
Please butt again. Rebut.
Okay. You're totally right. When you first came on the pod, he was the second guest I recorded. I recorded first with my little sister. I thought it was too insider baseball, so I kept it. Then she wanted me to post it. I ended up posting it. It was probably still too insider baseball. So then I had Champ on the podcast, and at this point in my podcasting career, because we're coming up, I think, on 6 months, which is insane, I wanted to be employed and continue to be employed. And I was really scared of people listening to this podcast that knew me and that I would be unemployed.
Well, I think also, like, you probably wanted to build up your podcast episodes. You didn't want to just, like, throw out the first episode and then, what if you tapered off with the episodes? You wanted to build up a collection for people to listen to.
100%, because, like, everyone says, like, you should have a few so people can, like, binge them before you, like, get off the ground and stuff like that. So...
Understood.
Okay, but, like, it honestly, it's, like, You're right. So when Champ was on, I was like, don't really post this on social media because I don't want people to know about it, which sounds really weird because it's like, I want people to know about it, but I don't want the people that we know to know about it. But then the cat got out of the bag and now it's like, everyone's listening. Hello, everybody.
Worldwide sensation, RTBP.
Yeah, not quite worldwide, but like lots of people bring it. It's probably brought up to me like once a day from a colleague, a friend, an acquaintance, an enemy.
A mortal
enemy. Yeah. So that's fair. What's your next?
Here are my other things.
Yeah.
I feel like on a lot of episodes, you're talking about how small the listenership is for this podcast.
Yeah.
Which I think you're selling yourself a bit short here. But also you're talking about like, oh, who's listening to this? My family and my boyfriend? No. Here's your good friend Champ listening to every single episode.
No, you're right.
Rarely gets a shout out. I also think in a previous episode, you spoke about how your target audience for this podcast is girls and gays.
I stand by that.
And as I'm not a member of either of those groups, and I just feel like, man, the straight men yet again getting the short end of the stick.
I was gonna
Am
fucking
I right?
say. I was gonna say the
obviously a joke, but
no, I know that it's a joke, but I just want to say that like 10 people have contacted me about that, and they're all straight males
who listen to the podcast.
It's true.
I don't know.
It was a joke. It was a fucking joke.
I don't know if there's another G word that you can throw in there to incorporate. Perfect.
It's for girls, guys, and gays.
Right.
Yeah.
I think probably guys would still be number 3. I think probably gays would be number 2.
Girls, gays, and guys. I want to play to my audience, and I feel like that's my audience because those are the people that I like to hang out with.
Right.
Again, no shade.
Right.
No shade. But it's so funny because, it's only been guys that have come up to me and said, like, I have a bone to pick with you about this one thing, and it's like, of fucking course you do.
Yeah. Well, as we know, like, straight men have been victimized in society pretty extenstively. There's a lot of history behind that, so... Am I going to get sued for this?
Yeah, people absolutely. Know that I'm joking. Like, I'm about to turn off. Hashtag mute.
Yeah. No, here's a hashtag for you. Hashtag boycott RTBP. Me and the other 5 straight men who have commented on this, we're going to get this hashtag trending.
It's sad because that would probably take off and nothing else is taken off.
You know what they say is that all publicity is good publicity?
Yeah.
I think in 2019, some publicity is not great publicity. But we'll see. We'll see if the boycott RTBP hashtag.
At this stage, I can use all the publicity I get. But no, I actually do. You're totally right. I am underselling. I thought that it was a funny bit, but maybe it's overplayed. Because I do know that more than just my boyfriend and my family listen. Mm-hmm. I've gotten some very nice comments and some feedback, and people that have said they've enjoyed listening to the episode. So you're totally right. And thanks for your continued support.
That's all I'm looking for. Okay,
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and like Champ is behind Dana. His eyebrows just fucking shot up. Behind Dana is maybe RTBP's number 1 fan. So number 2 fan. That would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have some sort of pageant as well to find out who...
Mrs. RTBP, like Mr. Survivor.
Yeah.
But, okay, also I just want to say that Champ's side of the story is that he's the biggest RTBP fan. It took him like 2 days to listen to the Dana episode.
I think I wanted to be in a place where I could focus.
Okay.
And listen to it. I had some things going on. Sometimes I'm listening to them at work or at home.
Yeah.
And I was just like busy at that period and wanted to be in a place where I could really hone in on that podcast and listen to it to its full extent. I think also, since I've been on, your podcasts are pushing like, 8 hours?
I know.
There's like 8-hour
episodes. Am I?
There's 2-parter episodes.
I know. With you, I was like, oh my God, we just talked for 45 minutes. Like, cut it off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This one's going to be crisp. How long have we been going for already?
8 minutes and 31 seconds. Let's
Perfect.
wrap it up.
Wrap it up. What's the next topic?
Yeah. Do you have no more feedback for me?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'll come up with some more grievances for my next episode if I'm asked back.
Love a good grievance.
Here's the other thing is that I am reaching out to you to be booked onto your podcast. And I'm just saying, like the RTBP promotional departments, like your people should be reaching out to my people. I shouldn't be reaching out to your people.
Okay, again, that's one side of the story. For like 6 weeks, like a month ago, I was like, let's pod. No fucking response.
I think, what do you mean? I'm always responsive. I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
and then I'm looking for like a time. I'm looking for like an Outlook calendar invitation. I received nothing.
Okay. Maybe I'll get something going now that the pod's really taken off.
Yeah, looking for like details of my compensation.
Oh, nothing. Yeah. A sticker wasn't sufficient.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. The merch that I've received has been much less than the merch that like Rowan has received, right?
Yeah.
She's like wearing a shirt around.
I know.
I've got a sticker on my jacket. No, it's not on my jacket. I haven't figured out where to put it yet.
I know. That's also, people have been asking for car decals. Oh, you don't have a car?
Yeah, I don't have a car. Thanks for bringing that up to all the...
I'm so sorry.
All the people listening to this and judging me now.
No. I think it's fine.
I'm a big charity case, pretty much.
No. Yeah, that's why he's like despo to get on the pod.
yeah.
Like, literally.
Gotta make that bread.
Yeah. I will, now that I'm in the 10s, my episodes are this is episode 15, maybe there'll be some type of compensation. And by that, I mean, in the form of merch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bumper stickers could be great.
Yeah. The t-shirts are a hit. We'll be posting some more pictures. Should we talk about that? My photo shoot?
Yeah, we could talk about that.
Yeah. Going a little off script. So, the rumors are true about this RTPP merch. I ordered 3 t-shirts because I thought that was 3 was the only amount of people that I could get to wear them. And Quinn, like, it's really only been 2. But,
because she hasn't worn her t-shirt. She hasn't been on the pod either. Does she listen?
Yes, she is a doctor.
Right.
So this is lowbrow.
Yeah, she doesn't need this. Yeah.
No.
She's doing well.
Yeah. I'm the...
Is this a slight at your other
Rowan?
sister?
No, she's a nursing student. She's doing fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, I'm the middle child who started a fucking podcast at 26. Like, I'm that sibling.
Right. I'm looking at your eyes, and what I'm reading is disappointment of the family. That's what I'm reading.
Yeah. Right. The entire family.
Extended
included.
Cousins, aunts.
Yeah, grandparents, everyone. Anyways, I'll need to unpack that later. This got dark real quickly. Anyways, I'm just kidding about being the failure of the family. Mild disappointment is probably more accurate.
Yeah. This is turning into ready to be psychoanalyzed. That's what the
I know. Anyways, this weekend, I took the merch out for a test drive to The Room. What is The Room, you ask? It's not a fun escape room or that weird TV show movie.
You're right.
Movie that James Franco remade or whatever. I don't know. I'm getting my stories mixed up. It is a photo booth studio at a mall here in Victoria, where it's basically just a bunch of backdrops and props that women, I'm going to say women because it was predominantly women, go to take pictures of themselves. And I went this weekend to get some promotional photos. Because we're a low-budget podcast.
Well, isn't it free? It's free to go to this. It's just like a pop-up place, right?
Yeah, people show up and they take I took 6,000 photos. 6,000. I didn't even know I could take that many. Yeah. And it's so funny because I'm so awkward in photos. You probably wouldn't think I'm an awkward person, how natural this conversation is going. You're like, wow, that girl has confidence and she...
And swag.
Yeah. We'll get to that later.
Right.
Yeah. Don't just think we use that.
That's foreshadowing. Yeah.
She has confidence. She has finesse with her social media and her influencer status. No, folks. There's one pose that I can do. It's me with my hands in my pockets or me with a skinny girl arm. The arm pop where you put your hands on your hips just so you look
I've never done this, but I'm familiar with the concept. Yeah.
And you have to put it at an angle. It's not just straight out. You have to still you have to work your angles. But yeah, I don't know anything. Here's the thing. I knew going in that I knew very little about posing for pictures, taking pictures, angles for pictures. I went in there feeling okay, rocking the RTBP merch. I look over at a different background. There are 2 16-year-old girls taking photos like the fucking LA Instagram models that you see on Instagram. And I'm like, where did they learn this?
probably from those Instagram models.
It was insane. It was like I was playing chess. What's that quote? Like, I'm playing 2D chess. They're playing 3D chess or whatever. It was absolutely insane. It was like,
playing checkers.
I'm playing fucking checkers. I'm playing Chinese checkers. I'm playing snakes and ladders. And they knew everything. I could not believe it. It was like the angles, there's this girl, she was taking a photo. The angle, like, I can't even describe it. It was insane. They were across the room. They were using streamers to, like, put the camera lens in. It was insane to get these, like, different shots. The poses, I couldn't believe it.
But did you see the finished product of these photos?
It honestly, they must be the Instagram level. It couldn't be anything less. I swear to God.
Or they could be trash.
No.
You don't think so? You should have talked to them. You should have gotten some tips
from them. Wanted to, but here's the thing that I don't know if this is an unspoken rule. Maybe that I just have made up in my head because that's the type of person that I am. It's weird to ask people that are like 10 years younger than you to do something.
I don't know. People are always asking like, oh, what are the youths up to? I guess I see you don't want to be the person being like, I don't want to,
yes, the fucking youths. But I literally was like that. I was in awe. My mouth was like agape and I was analyzing their every move. They probably thought I was some type of creep. When did I miss this lesson in girls' school?
Well, you know what they say, Tori. I believe the children are our future. Treat them well and let them lead the way.
Well, that's from
leading. A song, I think. I don't know if those are the lyrics. It could be Whitney Houston, Tina Turner, something like that.
I don't know, but they are leading the way because I'm jelly of all their Instagram accounts. But yeah, it was actually insane. I had never seen anything like you just see that in LA, like the pink wall, the angel wings that everyone poses in front of, and you're like, oh, that's like cute, but that seems so far away. And then like it's like, oh my God, I saw that in real life, and it was insane. You just think like, oh, there's probably a team behind this picture. No, there's just a very talented like 14-year-old girl,
right,
who knows her angles and knows the light. And stay tuned for some really good.
Yeah, you should post them and let the people decide. You should put up one of those Instagram polls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
To get people to see, do you think this is?
No, I don't want hate comments.
Oh, I see. But it's just like one of those things that are like, am I
an influencer?
Yeah, like do like a sliding scale, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not like the yes or no. I feel like that's too brutal. Just from do like the average answer.
Slob to a 14-year-old girl Instagram
Slob
model.
kebab to 14-year-old LA influencer. Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, it wasn't good. It was like, how do you take pictures after your fucking confidence is slashed? Anyways, the moral of the story is that I missed a lesson in girls' school about taking pictures. And if anyone wants to reach out to show me a thing or two, I am very interested in that.
Maybe you could have them on the pod. They could give you some. All the
I love
listeners
that.
Tips.
All the listeners probably need some, some hot tips.
Yeah, not the third G of the 3 Gs of RTPP. Yeah.
Yes.
They don't need tips. No one's, well, I guess some of them are. I shouldn't judge. I'm not specifically.
No, I totally get that. So it is April 2nd today. April 1st passed with a blink of an eye. Did you get pranked on April Fool's Day, champ?
I did not get pranked. I feel like pranks are now reserved for big corporations. Those are the only people doing April Fool's jokes.
I think that's actually really interesting. Like they're using it as like a marketing or like free publicity, which can backfire.
Yes.
We know. Yeah, that's actually really interesting about how like people don't care about like, oh, putting salt in the sugar pot or whatever anymore.
Yeah, no one's really doing that anymore.
No. I've never been pranked like that.
Maybe to your kids, but so like...
Yeah, putting an elastic band over the sink tap or whatever. Yeah, no, I totally get that. It is big corporations, but I didn't see any good ones this year.
I'm sure there's like a BuzzFeed list of like
worst top 10,
25 best corporation.
Yeah.
I saw one that was WestJet.
Yeah.
Put out, they were...
Big fans over here.
Big fans of WestJet.
If you want to sponsor the podcast... we are open. Email us, rtbppodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. RTBP loves flights.
Yes.
They love vacation packages.
Yes.
Anyway, the April Fool's joke from WestJet was they were telling people, buy tickets to Flyer Festival. FLYRE, a takeoff fire festival.
Yes.
Famous, disastrous music festival.
Yes. Have you watched the docs?
Yes.
Hulu and Netflix?
Only the Netflix one.
Yeah, because we live in Canada.
And we don't get Hulu.
Yeah.
Hulu, if you'd like to sponsor us,
hit us up.
It's going to be useless because we don't have your product, but we'll gladly accept your money.
And we have lots of American listeners.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to the United States.
No.
What?
No.
What? I can't shout out to the United States?
we will shout out to the listeners of RTBP, but just the US in general, we don't shout out.
Oh, I see the governmental organization that is the United States, we don't shout out.
No, absolutely not.
But individual American citizens.
Yes, that listen to RTBP and have the same views on the government that we do.
Wow.
You can be shouted out.
Which are very pro-Trump. End of sentence. We don't need to elaborate on that. Extremely pro-Trump on RTBP.
No, I think that people are going to think we're pro-Trump, pro-R. Kelly, pro-white straight male. Like, I'm anti all of those things.
Oh,
like,
wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
More feedback then. No, obviously these are jokes.
Yeah. Please know that. This is when I do become famous. This is actually a running bit that will stick around.
Right.
When I do become famous and they pull up all the receipts, they are going to splice this sentence to be like...
Absolutely. They're going to edit around it and you're going to be like, my comment was taken out of context.
Yeah.
But it's like, boom, right there.
Right there, yeah. Anyways, yesterday, Justin Bieber for April Fool's posted a controversial Instagram post. He posted that him and wife Hailey Bieber... or nay Baldwin.
Yes, very good.
When people say that, yikes. We're expecting a baby. Expecting to have a baby.
There were several Instagrams about this I saw.
Yeah, because it was like he posted the initial one and then everyone's like, haha, Justin, it's April Fool's. No one believed that except for Tori. Like, I fully was like, oh my God, because they got married. They're like 23 and 25 and they're like extremely religious. So I was like, well, why wouldn't they have a child at this age? Like, that that tracks in the fucking story.
Right.
So I believed it, which was like probably the only April Fool's prank that I believed.
Right.
Which is also new to me because I'm super gullible. And then they posted another one and they're like, haha, JK, this is not true. And then they posted another one being like, no, it is true. And they showed a picture of Hailey getting like a sonogram with like lots of doctors and like her little tummy like puffed out.
Right.
So I believed it. I even tweeted, is Hailey and Justin expecting a child? And no one replied. Like, nary a reply.
Right.
Yeah. But they are not. And Justin Bieber has come under a lot of hot water for this Instagram post saying that it was insensitive to people that cannot have children. Your thoughts?
I don't know. Like, how much backlash did it actually get, though?
There was several news articles.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Backlash specifically from people who found it insensitive to people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Like, it seems...
It's so tough because it's like that joke is like literally tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Song as old as rhyme.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beat. Wow. Justin callback. Wow.
Fuck! That's fucking fire! Oh my God. So that will be our soundbite for the episode. Right. Yeah. Oh my God. That song with Nicki Minaj, that rap verse in it. Holy shit. That takes me back to like 2011. Oh my God.
Well, listen, if you're excited for new Bieber music, I have some bad news for you. But before that, I have some bad news for you. Yeah, it's tough because I think these April Fool's jokes, like any joke that you make, I think, like, could probably offend someone. There's someone somewhere that has had an experience.
Like the girls and gays joke.
Exactly. which is offensive to straight people. Again, we don't care about this.
The fucking underprivileged.
Yeah, the underprivileged straight men.
Jeez.
We gotta stop beating this joke.
I know. We've lost hundreds of listeners.
Yes. But I think, like, take the WestJet joke, for example. Like, it's like, oh, Fire Festival, they're making a joke about that. Fire Festival was a thing where a bunch of people were duped out of their money.
Yeah.
Tons of people in the world have been duped out of money by scams.
Absolutely. I almost saw one of my colleagues get duped by a phishing email today.
Yes, exactly.
By Netflix.
Oh, really?
Like, it was fake. But yeah, tons of people get duped all the fucking time.
But it's like, are these people then reaching out to Netflix to say, as someone who has been scammed?
This was insensitive.
Obviously, people who are getting scammed and people who have difficulty having children are in two different categories.
Absolutely.
But, like, I think you just need to take it for what it's worth, and, like, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber aren't, like, they weren't trying to do anything malicious. They were just trying to do something dumb
make a joke
on April Fool's Day.
Can I tell you something funny, though? In Justin's apology, I like how I didn't even pause for you to be like, yeah, tell me more. I was just like, we're rolling with it.
Yeah.
In Justin Bieber's Instagram apology, where it's like the caption is like fucking TLDR.
Yes.
He writes, like, he's like, yeah, there was this one time I was hanging out with my little sister and I shoved cake in her face on her birthday and she started to cry and I was surprised that she was crying. And I was like, oh, my intent was to make a joke, but she didn't take it that way. I guess this is like that time.
Yeah. This instance, basically Justin Bieber is shoving cake in the face of people with fertility issues.
Oh my God. And here's the thing also, though, it's like...
That's not the same, Justin.
No,
it's not the same.
A, it's not the same, Justin. B, the thing is, it's just so funny. It's like, yeah, Justin, that's talking about, like, reflecting on your decisions, like, having some, like, forethought before you, like, make a joke. It's like, that's what being an adult is all about. Like, I'm glad that you came to that realization.
Like, for example, after this podcast comes out, I'm going to be making paragraph apologies on Instagram. Yeah, for the things that I've said on this.
I just feel like that's my future, to be honest.
It's very possible.
I really believe that. Like, I try very hard to be really a good person, to keep all of the things in check that I need to learn from my mistakes, to think before I speak. But holy shit, for some reason, I just have this, like, intuitive vision of me doing a fucking, like, one of those, you know what the celebrities do, those iPhone notes messages, and then, like, like, crops the picture and then posts it on Twitter. Like, that's gonna be me in, like, 10 years.
Here's the other thing I think about people apologizing for jokes and things like that, is that when there's articles being posted on TMZ, like, Justin under fire for April Fool's joke, when they say under fire, like, how under fire is he? Like, what is the number of comments that he's
actually getting?
Like, is it just, like, 30 tweets about, like, hey, I really didn't like this. I've gone through a shitty experience. Because if it's, like, just, like, 30 tweets and there's, like, 30 articles written about it, that's not really equal.
It's not proportionate. I know. I totally get that, because that's, like, some of the pranks. Like, I can't think of a specific one. Obviously, the Tide Pod one was pretty widespread, but I'm thinking of, like, other challenges that people have done that it's like, this is an epidemic. Like, kids nowadays are doing this. And it's like, or did, like, 4 people post it on social media and those went viral or whatever? It's like, what's the actual scope? Which is hard to tell in media nowadays. Mm-hmm. That's why you have to be media literate, people.
Yeah.
But I was like hook, line, and sinker for this April Fool's joke. I'm like, it's April Fool's. I'm not going to fall for any of these things. I'm like, they're pregnant. Yeah.
But listen, here's what was not an April Fool's joke, is Justin Bieber also made an Instagram post that was talking about, among other things, his mental health and how he's had a really difficult time, especially with touring a lot.
Yeah.
And has said that he is not going to be making any music anymore because people are demanding an album from him. He's just taking a break Gonna take some time. Again, wrote a big paragraph of text on Instagram.
Yeah.
Said a lot of lyrical things.
Oh my God.
Do you have this up?
No.
Do you have it up right now?
Oh my God. No, this is no.
It was straight up poetry.
I can't believe. So okay, no, let's read it out and then we'll give our fucking initial thoughts.
So, among other things, he's talking about people demanding an album from him, that he's going to be taking a break, and then he writes this. Music is very important to me, but nothing comes before my family and my health. I will come out with a kick-ass album ASAP. My swag is undeniable, and my drive is indescribable. His love is supernatural, his grace is that reliable. The top is where I reside, period.
Wow.
I think that was taken from Sonnet number 12 by William Shakespeare right there.
Or like a biblical ref?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Jesus came down from the mountain and said, my swag is undeniable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My drive is indescribable.
Indescribable.
Yeah. Indescribable or undescribable?
I believe it's indescribable.
Okay, this is another thing Champ likes to give me fucking feedback on. It's like, he's like, you said these 8 words that don't exist in the English language in your last podcast. And I'm always like,
Well, she also says all the time, I don't know if we've talked about this previously, but she says a lot, I've been watching this podcast.
Oh my God.
And you don't watch podcasts, you listen to podcasts.
There's a select few that you can watch, but yeah, no, I totally get it.
I'm like that person on the internet that's just correcting people's
grammar
grammar
it's
all the
you.
time.
Yeah, apostrophe RE. Yeah.
I'm very obnoxious. What can I say?
No, he's an English major.
Yes. I'm disappointed that you told everyone.
Oh. No, don't be.
I'm trying to make people think that I've got things going on. I've got things together. And when you just said English major, I think that puts a picture in people's minds.
Right.
That is not positive.
No, I want to be the first to say that all majors are created equal.
Yes. Except some definitely aren't. But mostly I wanted people to know that I am employed.
Yes, absolutely. At a university in a very prestigious job.
Very prestigious.
Yeah. Anyways, so those lyrics that Justin Bieber, it's just so funny because it's like I expect nothing less. Yeah. Like, this is exactly what I expect from him. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously. But I do hope for new music, but in the future.
Yeah. I think it must be tough when people are just like, new album, when's a new album?
Yeah,
when's a new album?
Yeah.
People must get that all the time, and it
absolutely
must be just straight up irritating.
And I like that he's not pushing out stuff, because usually when people are like, new album, and then they drop a song, it's just because it was like pre-recorded, written by someone else. Like, I like when there's years in between albums, because it means that it's like from personal experience, written by themselves, like they took their time to produce it, like all of those type of things. So I think that that's good that he's like taking the time to do it.
Absolutely.
I've been a Justin Bieber fan from day one, through thick and thin. Mm-hmm. And it was thin. It's like, there was some thin points.
Remember when he peed in that mop bucket?
I know. That really stands out in my head.
That was a primo.
I know. Or he was like addicted to like scissor or whatever.
I'm sorry, he was addicted to what?
Like when people mix like grape pop with cough medicine.
Oh, scissorp.
Scissorp?
I thought you were talking about scissors. Like he's addicted to scissors, like cutting things out. I don't know.
And he had that weird arrest with the car. So I don't know. I still supported him. Cutest mugshot I've ever seen.
Listen, maybe we're underestimating scissorp. We should break out some scissorp on the next pod.
Oh my God, people have almost died. Like
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, like Lil Wayne, he's had medical issues for years. And a lot of it's because of the respiratory issues he's had because of his cough syrup addiction. Anyways, the moral of the story is that we wish you well, Justin Bieber.
Yes.
I was going to say not Hailey.
I always want to say Hailey Baldwin. I wish Hailey Bieber well.
I know, I do
too.
Seems
like a nice person.
Yeah, I wish her well too, because I used to not wish her well. Like, I'd never be one of those people that would like post or like actually think ill will of her. But then Justin came out with this like another fucking Instagram post, I think, with like an extreme amount of text being like, can you guys stop hating on my wife, Hailey? She's the love of my life. And he said, I quote, "I loved and love Selena,
Yes.
but I'm with Hailey now." I thought that was very interesting. Sorry, I know we were going to move on, but it's like, I just need to reel it back in.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, I thought that was really mature and that he like said that, but it's also like, don't you like kind of wish for Jelena back?
I personally don't care.
Oh.
I don't care about this.
Oh.
But,
what's that like?
But yeah, I get that when people are like growing up, seeing these two people together, and then they break up and they get back together. They break up, they get back together.
Yeah.
And now it seems like they're done for good. Just like, but people need to move on.
Okay, I get it. the subtext is I need to move on.
All these people are doing great. You know, all these people, they're very successful.
Yeah.
They've got hopefully a lot of support systems in place. Seems like they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, seems fine.
Now they do. So Justin, we wish you and Hailey all the best, and maybe a future kid is on the way.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll know if the joke still stands.
Yes.
A few months from now. Another really hot social media update in the world of pop culture. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got an Instagram account.
Like a joint Instagram account.
Yeah. Like one that's like verified with the blue check mark from Instagram that this is their professional, their household, which is what they call their, I don't know, spot in the royal family, right. Their duties, their like new little subsection of the royal family, the Sussex family. They have a verified Instagram account.
Right. So like how the Queen has an Instagram account that's the royal family, that's primarily about her.
At the royal family.
At the royal family.
Or at royal family.
And then like Philip and Camilla have a separate one.
At Clarence's house.
Right. And then Harry and Meghan were using an Instagram account with...
At Kensington Royal.
With William and Kate. They were all kind of, those four people were all... So now you're saying that Meghan and Harry have a separate one.
Yes.
Right.
Is there drama behind this? Because everyone was saying, oh my God, this dynamic like group of four, like these, like the most tight-knit, closest group, like...
Right.
The young and like new era of the royal family. And then it seems like over the last couple months, Harry and Meghan have really separated from not only Kate and William, but the rest of the family.
I don't know.
I think it also makes sense that they get their own Instagram account.
Well, they've got lots of things happening. They've got like a baby on the way. They're trying to make their family.
Totally.
You know, the kids of William and Kate, they don't want to share the spotlight as they get older.
No, but it's like, why didn't they start this at their wedding or something like that? It just seems like an inopportune time. Mm-hmm. Because now everyone notices that they separated accounts.
Well, you know, if I know anything about the royal family, and I do because I've seen 2 seasons of The Crown. So good. I would say that I'm a royal expert. Mm-hmm. There's got to be a lot of work that goes into managing these royal families, managing these Instagram accounts, you know, getting all the protocols in order. Like, maybe it just takes a long time for all these things to happen. They probably have hire a new staff of social media people to run these accounts, right?
That's true. And Meghan, this is another hot tidbit. She's had like 3 or 4 staff members of her team quit in the past couple months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you think that she's a nightmare to work with? Or
I mean, I guess it depends why they're quitting.
Yeah.
Are they quitting to move on to better opportunities?
It's not super clarified, but it's just really interesting. It's like different people. Like one was like a bodyguard and one was like helped with the wedding. And is like it's just in different areas.
Well, the wedding is over, so
that's true. That's true.
Person is probably looking for another job.
No, that is absolutely true. I just think it is really interesting also because she had to delete all of her personal social media accounts.
Right.
She used to run a blog called The Tig.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was like, maybe not a blog is in the world. She's probably like Not that she's listening to this.
Right.
But she's like, blog is an understatement. It was like a wellness personal brand, like lifestyle brand.
Right.
The TIG. Yeah.
Well, she was on Suits as well, and she had to leave Suits.
Yeah. So it's just interesting. And I'm glad that she got back on social media because I always felt like she was still one of those royals who would like make a burner account.
Oh, like to comment and be like, Meghan is actually great and there's nothing wrong and her and Kate have a great relationship in their house.
She didn't make Charlotte cry and like it's my dad's fault, like leaking all these stories.
Is there a story that she made Princess Charlotte cry?
Apparently, during her wedding fittings with Kate and Charlotte, she made them cry because of the fitting of Charlotte's dress. That was a news story.
Like she was being too particular?
Yeah.
And Charlotte was just like exhausted.
Yeah.
Wow,
as
Charlotte.
One would be.
Listen, I don't know if this story is true, but if it is true, Meghan is dead to me forever because let me tell you, Princess Charlotte is the best we have. She's the best royal. She's my personal favorite royal.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't know about Louis.
Yeah, it's too early to tell about him.
I think I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, it could be Louis. Do we even know how to say it? Have they said it out loud before?
I don't know. That's a good question. Louis?
I don't know.
Louis. I don't...
Lou.
Fucking,
let's just call him Lou.
Fucking common folk over here.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, I actually agree that Prince Charlotte's probably the best because I think Prince George is probably a little shit. Is that a hot take? He seems like a little shit.
I think it's just like, I think there's a lot of Instagram accounts out there that make him into like a very sassy person.
Yeah.
But he's probably just like a regular kid.
Yeah.
He seems very shy compared to Charlotte. Charlotte's pretty out there. She's very talkative.
Yeah.
She's out there doing a lot of things. And Prince George kind of just seems to be off to the side.
No, that's very true. And like he wouldn't, I don't know, he does seem shy because he wouldn't give Justin Trudeau like a high five and he wouldn't shake hands with like Obama or something like that.
Yeah, no, he greeted Obama in a bathrobe.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, that little outfit.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was everything I could have ever hoped for. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was actually, a couple Halloweens ago, I dressed up as Prince George.
You did.
Yes.
You did. Which is weird because I've dressed up as Kate Middleton
That's
before.
right. Yeah. It wasn't weird until you made it weird.
Yeah, I know. I didn't put two and two together. Yeah. That's a cute costume, though.
It was a good costume, yeah.
Yeah. We'll just see, I guess, how he turns out. Because, like, I've never heard him talk or anything like that.
Yeah, of course.
But he's getting on.
Well, I think this is the thing with the royal family is that, again, learn this from The Crown, 100%. It's a documentary, basically.
It's absolutely a documentary.
Everything is real.
Absolutely.
All the conversations are real. But the royal family can't speak out about things.
Yeah.
Like, they can't do a Justin Bieber paragraph Instagram text.
Oh, I wish they could.
They can't clap back at the haters.
Yeah.
They just have to take it. So I think that people can say whatever they want about these people.
Yeah, and make up these really crazy stories.
And they can't come back and refute anything.
Yeah. That must be really challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting, that they're branching out in this new modern way, but I really want to get to the bottom of it if there's a falling out between... People are even saying that it's not Meghan and Kate, it's William and Harry, which is sad.
Oh, that they've fallen out?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You think that this is all fake?
I don't think that. I think people are just making stuff up out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
People need to sell.
People like me. Like, I'm like, who the fuck are these people? It's like, I made up half these rumors.
Yeah, to get more listeners on her podcast. Exactly.
I needed some, what are those, like, big headlines, like, when the title is clickbait. I need some clickbaity, like, titles.
Yes.
Yeah, petty about...
Well, this one will be petty about RTBP.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not to bring it back, but...
no, I think that's totally fine.
But I guess the only way we'll really know what's happening in the royal family is when The Crown season 23 comes out.
Oh, and I'm, like, counting down the days.
Yes.
The years. I just think that Megan, even though she had to delete all of her accounts and stuff, that she still, like had a burner account, or like she would post vicariously through her friends. Like she has one hairdresser that like did her on her wedding day and stuff like that, who posts like sometimes when he goes over to England for like a trip or like a weekend getaway. And I feel like she has some influence or some say or some like strategic, she's that 14-year-old girl with like posing the picture and then posts it vicariously through her hairdresser's Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think I'm reading too into this?
Yeah, I would say 100% yes.
This is the sad part, is that this is the stuff that I think about.
Right.
Like ad nauseum. Like I could talk about this stuff literally for hours. It's like, why couldn't I think about like something else?
Right.
More productive.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what I like to talk about though.
Well, listen, until this podcast turns into a cash cow, that's when all the people will be saying, oh, I wish that I thought more about pointless reality television and gossip columns.
Yeah, I wish I would have started my podcast about this earlier. Exactly. And it's like, we'll laugh when that day ever comes about. Champ had a fun This Week in Petty story for us, bringing back that old segment.
Well, listen, super quick.
Yeah.
I just want to address.
Oh my God, I can't take another fucking beating.
It's not about your podcast. Oh my God.
Okay,
anymore.
Thank God. Like, how am I? Okay, just wait. How am I in the hot seat on this podcast? Isn't the interviewee supposed to be in the hot seat? I guess you're more like a co-host. But like, why am I on the hot seat?
I don't know. Maybe you should think about your skills as a host. Again, I'm not here to insult you, Tori. This is about a completely different topic.
Okay, bring it on.
I want to speak about restaurants.
Yes.
Specifically, the moment when the server comes to your table, gives you the bill,
yes,
comes to take payment, and you're standing there with the machine.
It's painful.
And the server says to you, what are you guys doing after this?
I was literally just going to say this. Bitch, this was my plans for the evening. Yeah. I can't believe I just said bitch that aggressively. I'm really trying to cut that out of my vocab.
Yeah.
Lady, I don't have any other plans. I just binged literally the largest bowl of pasta.
Exactly.
And like 6 trays or baskets of free bread. I'm going home and sleeping this off.
When you're at Boston Pizza or Montana's.
Yeah.
And it's like now 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday, this is the event.
We're
not doing after this.
Absolutely.
There's
oh my God.
Happening.
It's actually brutal. And then, okay, this is the weird part though, is I know that this is fucking benign conversation. Benign.
Yeah. A benign conversation. Banal. You're thinking of banal.
All of Champ's feedback is just fucking spot on. You know when you get feedback and it's spot on, so you're like extra defensive?
Yes.
Like you're only defensive when it's like it hits too close to home. This is one of those moments. Anyways, when the conversation is so benign that you're...
No, banal.
I know.
We'll cut all this out.
No, we're leaving it.
Oh.
When it's so...
When the conversation is so ordinary.
When it's so ordinary and so pointless and you're never going to remember it and it's just to fill the dead space. But I still, in the back of my head, is like, come up with super cool plans.
I know. I think that I should just start lying.
Same.
Because you know what? It's not the server's fault that they're asking you this. They're just trying to fill the gap, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what if there is something interesting and then they get to hear about something interesting?
Yeah.
But like, it's got to be 90% of the time people are like, we're doing nothing.
I'm literally
gonna go
nothing.
home and take off my pants and crawl into bed and do nothing.
Yes, and like watch Netflix.
Exactly.
Like again, I'm in a food coma. Stop talking to me. Yeah, and I think like the thing also is that I guess it could blossom into like good conversation. Maybe next time I will turn it back on to them and be like, what are you doing after this? Then it sounds like I'm coming on to them.
Yeah, that's not a great Yeah, not a great look for you.
No. Or like, what do you suggest? I don't live here. I'm a tourist.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
I thought about that, being like, I am from Moscow, and no, can't do that.
We're good. This podcast went from 52 minutes to 20 real quick. With all the shit I've had to cut out. Like, was gonna post tonight. We'll be editing for days.
Yeah.
No, it's so true. It's like, maybe I'll just pretend that I'm a tourist, but then they're gonna ask you, what have you seen around here?
Yeah.
Like, that's just gonna come up like way worse. Or what about if you see them in a mall the next month?
Yeah, I think with the amount of people that are coming to restaurants, they're not gonna remember
your faces. Yeah. No, I guess that's fair. So yeah, I absolutely hate when they're taking payment. What are you guys' plans after this? It's like, isn't this enough? Like, Isn't this enough?
What more do you want?
Literally, it's like, what do you think I'm doing? Like, do you actually think I have a social life? No. Going out to eat and then I'm going home. Yeah, and then I hate also when they come after literally 10 seconds and they're like, everything tastes good? Or how are the first few bites? And I hope that I'm not like directly calling people out. And like when I used to work at a restaurant, I would do the exact same thing. But the thing is it's like, it's been 10 seconds. Like, I'm sure I'll come up with a few criticisms, a few bites in. Like, give me a minute.
I don't think I've ever said, like, no, this is no good. I'm always like, yeah, this is fine. Because the meals that I'm getting at restaurants are pretty standard. It's hard to mess them up.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's one of those things where they've got so many different things that they need to do, where they're just like, I need to go do this task, so I need to cycle through these tables that just got their food to just say, like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And then they're just going to leave because they need to do something else. I feel like it must be hard I've never served before, and it must be, I've only altar served at Catholic church, but that's all.
Oh, I was like, what's that?
Altar boy, yeah.
Yeah, oh, interesting.
But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But I've never served, and it must be difficult to balance a bunch of different tables.
Oh, absolutely.
And try to get the timing right. It must be impossible.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that servers do that I'm like annoyed about. I think it's not servers though. It's anybody in the customer service field.
Well, it's just like, I think it's that situation about being at a restaurant, they bring you the bill, they take payment, they're waiting for their very slow debit and credit machine to go through, and they just need to fill a gap at a table of, 5 people.
Yeah. It's like, what are your plans after this? What about if you stumble upon a situation where there's you're with a big group, you just served a party of 10, you ask what people are doing, and the side group, you know how there's always a side group within the big group? Mm-hmm. Is like, oh, we're doing this, like blurt something out. And the other people are like, oh my God, we didn't know that was happening later on.
Well, listen, I think if you got that many levels going on at your group, that you have a side group to your regular group, you're probably going to be smart enough to say, like, I'm not going to tell the waitress about this.
I'm heading home.
Yes.
Server is
Excuse me.
The gender neutral.
I knew it as soon as I said it.
No, I know. I think that another thing that is really funny is just like your customer service voice. Like, it's like, this is how I'm talking. And then like I pick up the phone at work, or like when I used to work at like American Eagle and stuff. And it's like, hi guys. Like it just goes from like, oh, like this is my normal talking voice to like, Tori speaking. Like the happiest person alive.
I notice this a lot with, when I'm at work, I work with students and also employers in my office, because I work helping people get co-op jobs. And I notice this a lot with how I talk to students and employers, like very, very friendly, versus how I talk to my coworkers. Like when I'm talking to a student or employer, it's like, oh my gosh, absolutely, I can do that for you.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm happy to help.
Yeah, you're not interrupting at all. And when I'm talking to a colleague, it's like, no, I can't do that.
I'm busy.
Yes. Step away. I think that's just the relationship.
Like, couldn't you tell I'm busy? You're just like doing your normal task. You're like typing on your keyboard. You're like, I'm clearly doing something. Yeah. No, I totally get that. It's sometimes it just catches me. And I'm like, I am so fake. I remember just working at like a clothing store, and like at the clothing store I was at, they had like earpieces.
Right.
So you'd have little microphones. So then.
Okay. Sorry to cut in here,
yeah.
but I do have a question about this.
Yeah.
What are they doing on these earpieces? Who is talking to them? What's so important that's happening?
Oh my God.
Here?
So
it's like the Secret Service when
it's
you go
amazing.
into friggin' Old Navy.
I know. It's amazing. So, okay. On the like functional and practical side, it is to like get sizes. Like usually there's even a person in the back room,
right.
especially on big busy days, like weekends or sale days or anything. There's just one person that's in the back doing work and grabbing sizes. Or you're like, hey, can someone help this customer? I'm talking to someone else over
right.
here. Anything like that. Or like, hey, someone's heading up to the cashier. Like, make sure that someone's there to check them out. So it's really functional for that way. But like, there's definitely like comments and stuff like that that's like being like really funny, like stuff like, oh my God, that person's here like for the 10th time, and that's pretty mild. Obviously there's other things that people
right.
are saying, but like that's the example that I can provide.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you're having a conversation with your employees and then someone walks in the store and you're like, welcome to American Eagle, guys. Like, how can I assist you? Like, what are you looking for? That weather outside, hey? Like, the sun's out and people are just like, oh my fucking God, I wish you like never talked to me. But I'm like, who is this person all of a sudden talking?
Yeah.
It's like a different person.
Yeah.
But I have the same grievance with you. Servers, delivery drivers.
Yes.
Literally any. Have you ever got a spa treatment?
I bet you can tell by looking at me that I have not.
Oh my God. Well, that's the thing, Kate. If you're getting a massage or something, it's like,
I can't imagine.
Do I engage in conversation? Or getting your hair cut. That is the worst because you're looking in the mirror at yourself talking to the person.
Yeah.
That's like cutting your effing hair.
Oh, I don't mind what I'm getting my hair cut because I'm talking all the time to this. My hair's cut by my old landlady.
Yeah.
It's a long story. She is a real hairdresser. Anyway, but she's like super nice lady. We talk all the time, so it's not weird. The one that I find super weird is when you're at the dentist. They have their hands in your mouth.
Oh my God.
And they're asking you questions.
Oh my God, I'm like effing triggered.
Or after a certain point, they're just monologuing to you, basically.
I know. And I'm like, do you want me to answer your question or do I not? Is it rude to not answer? But you're like, I don't want to impede your work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the words that I have to say, my mouth needs to move in a certain way where I'm going to chomp down on your fingers.
Yes.
So I can't give you...
I like fog up your mirror.
Yes.
Or like eat like fluoride or whatever
Yes.
you're doing in there, like the polished stuff. Like, I totally agree. I know. But then I don't want to be rude and be like, can you not speak to me, by the way? I think the toughest one is like massages because it's like most people I think like literally want silence, but then you feel like an asshole. But then in the silence, I feel uncomfortable as well. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I think the only solution is never get a massage ever again.
No. I think that could have been an alternative name to Ready to be Petty is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because literally I feel like that's the story of my life.
Probably.
It's like when this one person doesn't talk to me, I'm like, why the fuck aren't they talking to me? And then they talk to me and I'm like, oh my God, can you go away? You know?
It would be DIYD squared.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Is that catchy? Should I do a rebrand after boycott RTBP goes
goes
viral?
Yeah, hashtag boycott DIYD squared. Also, then you have to figure out how to do like the two that...
The subscript or superscript or whatever.
Yeah, very complicated.
Don't correct me. I don't need any more feedback tonight.
Sorry.
No, it's all in good jest, and honestly, it makes the podcast better, and it is just basically, this is our normal relationship, so I wouldn't expect any less. Mm-hmm. It's been an absolute pleasure. How was your second experience? Was it better than the first?
Listen, honestly, I hope this is usable for you because, to be honest, my stomach has growled at least 8 times, and I don't know whether it's going to be picked up on the podcast. If you hear a lot of growling, I'm sorry. If you don't hear a lot of growling, Tori is great at editing.
No, everyone knows that's already not true.
Well, I want you to know that it was my stomach and not my butthole. Just wanted to put that out there for the listeners.
No, we all appreciate that. I think it's like so funny because it's like I'm like, you have to sit still, stop moving around, but I'm the worst person at this.
You have hit your computer that
I
you're
know.
recording this on probably 5 times.
They won't know that because I'm going to edit it.
Right.
We'll see if it happens. Well, I'm glad your experience was better than the last. And now you can promote this to all your friends.
Absolutely.
But your second guest appearance, and maybe they'll go back and listen to the old one.
I will link them to both.
Yeah. Do you think your family and your friends will listen to this?
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
You can look at your diagnostics.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's my favorite, looking at the stats
Yeah.
of the pod. Yeah. No, I absolutely am obsessed with that. Stay tuned for the next epi that you're on. Lots of things to always talk about with Champ. You can listen to Ready to Be Petty each week on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, via your Alexa or Google Home, and basically every other podcast out there. You can follow along on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RTBP Podcast. But like we mentioned before at this episode, it ain't good. It ain't good. Don't expect LA influencer quality photos. Expect little Canadian girl.
I'm going to send you a photo of my Prince George costume.
Yes!
You can post that.
Absolutely.
That one is quality Instagram.
I love adding a little supplemental photo to the episode.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a real pro when I do that. Anyways, liking, commenting, and subscribing helps the pod find new listeners. We really appreciate the collective we.
Yes.
If you leave a 5-star rating on iTunes, because we will climb the podcast charts.
Yes. Climbing them up.
Climb them up and, take over the podcast world one RTBP episode at a time. And, of course, we always want to hear from you. What makes you petty? What did you think of the episode? No critical feedback. I've reached my maximum on that. But anything positive, what did you relate to? Do you also talk to servers awkwardly and try to make up like really cool plans just to fill 30 seconds of time, even though you're never going to see the person again like we do? Let us know. As always, I'm Tori and I'm ready to be petty. See you soon.